Drops Here podcast. I'm your host, John Crawford, along with my brother, Howie, here for episode number 13 of season 3. So here we are again, Howie. Another full week of hockey. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Same old crap.
Yep. Same old stuff, same old thing. Lots of hockey. Kings are winning right now.
Yeah, that last wild. Yeah, they ripped off on that game.
I'm sorry, you broke up. We must have a bad connection.
I was just saying that the last game Minnesota had against Pittsburgh, they got ripped off in that game. There was a extremely bad penalty call that led to an extremely bad power play goal, which eventually was all that was needed to give them that difference to win the game.
And that's just how puck drops sometimes.
Yeah, but it was bad. It was a bad call.
Do you have a clip of it?
I don't know if I have a clip or I don't know if there's a clip of it or not, but it was basically there was a play behind the Pittsburgh net, and there were I don't remember who all was involved, but there was one Minnesota player that went behind the net, followed by two Pittsburgh players. One of the Pittsburgh players' sticks hit his own player in the face, but the Minnesota Wild player was called for high sticking.
Wow.
Then led to a power play goal, which actually goaltender interference during that play, which they said no, it's a good goal.
Right. Nice.
Because it was obvious the player was in the paint and also basically shoving Dubnyk to one side.
Right.
So it was bad.
Yeah. Sorry, man. So, hockey news, Howie. Let's move into some hockey news.
I guess before you get into the big news that came out yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Latest trade rumors I'm seeing is Islanders right now are looking to trade Travis Hamonic. They won't say specifics, but it has to do with family concerns of Hamonic. He wants to be traded to either Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, or Winnipeg. And also, with that, Islanders may also be looking at shopping Kyle Poso. Which I was thinking, if that is true, maybe Oposo could that trade to go to Edmonton to fill in for McDavid while he's out.
Yeah.
Then he'll be a free agent at the end of the year, so then you could either re-sign him or dump him again.
Right. He'd probably fit in all right there.
I think he would.
Yeah. And then we had the big news that came out, which was the news for they have made a change on how they will be doing the All-Star game.
Correct.
First,
it's interesting.
It's interesting, and let's first explain how they're going to do it. Is that they're going to have 3 20-minute games of 3-on-3 hockey. Basically, that's how it's going to work. And the winner it's
Well,
a
well, in rather than having your East and Western conferences play each other,
right,
your first, because like you said, there's going to be 3 20-minute games.
right,
So game one will be well what or who game one will be either they're going to be four divisional teams.
right,
Each division will have their own all-star team
right.
comprised of I believe it's 12 players. I
Yeah,
think is what it is.
yeah. 12 players.
Yeah, 12 players each, and then so you'll have the Central Division play the Pacific Division,
Right,
the Metropolitan play the Atlantic Division, and then the winner of those two games will play for, I guess, the championship
right.
game at the end. And
Right.
then I guess to decide, I don't remember, I read it somewhere how they're going to decide. Who play either game one or game two? I saw something with that.
Yeah, and then it's a winner take all. It's $1 million interdivision tournament.
Yeah, and whatever team is leading the division at the end of a specific date, those teams will have the coaches for those division leading teams will be the head coach for those divisional all stars.
Right. So interesting. I think that it needs something different, and this is definitely something different.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it because I mean, granted, the All Star game as it is, it's just scoring anyway.
Right. Right. So, are we just going to get more of that here? Do you think, or do you think because they have made that it $1 million prize now, that maybe there will be some more competition in there?
You know, I don't know because I mean, for a lot of these players, because you figure it's $1 million split up between how many players? Because I'm sure the coaches get a part of that too.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, I mean, it's like everyone gets a free pop. That's what your prize is. With how much they make, it's like the normal people getting, hey, you guys win a case of beer.
Right.
It's not that much.
What if they were to actually move the All-Star game? See, I'm not sure how I feel about having the All-Star game where it's at, only because of what's at stake when we're putting the stars out on the ice in the middle of the season.
Kind of do like the well, see, see,
You're really breaking up bad, Howie.
um,
I think we've got a really bad connection right now.
I've got all bars.
And so do I.
I don't know, but no, what I was saying was if they move it at the end of the season, well, you'd have to do it literally at the end after the Stanley Cup. Otherwise, you could end up with something like they do at the Super Bowl, which is kind of stupid the way they do theirs, is because you lose the All-Stars from those teams participating in the Super Bowl.
Right.
But I mean, I'd rather just get rid of the All-Star game. I mean, there's no point to it.
And just have the competition, maybe?
The skills competition?
Yeah. And that's fine.
I mean, yeah, I would just do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. I just don't know how I feel about having players play a game in the middle of the season when you need them. I
Right.
mean, I wouldn't want my guys out there playing,
Right.
you know?
But with that though, it brings up the whole thing with would you want to have your players going to the Olympics? Because like with that, they shut down the season for 2 weeks and players go over there. And again, you're risking injury to your star players.
But it's every, what, 2 years?
For for
4 years?
2 4 years or 2 years?
Is it 2 years? Every
I don't
two?
know what they do it anymore. I think it's 4 years still.
So, I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this works out. It might be a little bit more entertaining, I think. I think
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
be.
I like the 3-on-3 overtime. I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
do, and that's and it's entertaining, and I think this has the potential of being. I just don't know how much competition we're going to see, but more than that, do I really want to see Kopitar go out there and then, I see him go down?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be hitting at all.
You
It's
think
gonna.
it's just going to
I mean,
be another score fest? Just it looks different.
oh yeah. I mean, you're going to have 9, 8, 7, 6 tallies in that 20-minute span. I'm sure because it's going to be purely offense. Because on
Yeah,
it's
I just don't know what we're going to get. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I hope it works. They
because
definitely need something different looking.
uh, see,
So
I don't. I kind of don't. I kind of don't like this part of it too because it takes away from the fans. Because fans will select one player from each division without regard for position, and then the rest of the players will be determined by um, members of the NHL.
so there will be an all-star vote by the fans, but it's only one player per.
Yeah. Fans. The way it reads, is fans will select one player from each division without regard for the position in the 2016 NHL All Star fan vote. The players voted in by the fans will also be named the captains of their respective teams. So whoever gets the most votes for each division,
Right.
That's who the fans pick.
Right.
And then the remaining 40 All Stars will be named by the NHL Hockey Operations Department. So I mean, it kind of takes away from the fans
Yeah.
because okay, you're selecting 4 players. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for letting me participate.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the other. This is how it gets determined as far as who plays on the first two 20-minute games. This determines who plays the first 20-minute game and who plays the second, because it's kind of a disadvantage for one team because right away they're going to turn around and play possibly in that third period, that third 20-minute game.
Right.
It's going to be a quick turnaround.
Okay.
So the winner, the conference of the skills competition, that conference will get to pick whether that for the second 20 minutes.
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
So during the whoever wins the skills, whatever conference wins the skills competition,
Right.
that conference gets to pick if they want to play in the first 20-minute game or the second 20-minute.
Okay.
Which I would think I would pick that first one because then you have 20 minutes of rest before you play the other two.
Right, exactly.
So you kind of get an advantage there.
Right. Interesting.
Well, actually, no. You get actually a 40-minute break because I'm assuming that they're going to have a 20-minute break between each game. Allow the fans to go to the bathroom and get their food and all still.
I guess, yeah, they got to make their concession money.
Yeah, unless they play unless there's like maybe a 5-minute break between the first two, and then maybe a 20 or 30-minute break after.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. We'll just see. So let's move on because we've already used about 16 minutes. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick before we get into the standings was last week we talked about scoring in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
And on our website, I put up 3 poll questions. And they were, should the NHL trim down the goalie pads? Yes or no? Or, yeah, I think it was just yes or no, or a don't care either way. Is there enough scoring in the NHL? Yes or no? And should the NHL make larger nets? Yes or no? Well, we had a pretty good response, probably the best we've ever had on any of our polls on these questions. And when I looked to see what the results were, I wasn't really surprised. But remember, I had asked you, well, what does the fans really want? Do the fans really want more scoring? Do they really,
Right.
Well, on the first question, should the NHL trim down the goalie pads? 98% of the people said no, and 2% said yes.
I say no.
Yeah. On the second question, is there enough scoring in the NHL? 100% of the people said yes. 100%. And on the third one, should the NHL make...
just out of curiosity, how many people participated in this poll?
I've had over 500 for each question.
Okay, so it's a good amount.
It's a good amount.
So, well,
I mean, it's not.
Well, because I don't want to say, because like on that last one it was 100%. You and I were the only ones that voted.
Right. No, over 100 people.
That 100% is out of over 500 people saying, yes, there's enough scoring.
Right. Yeah. Now, that's not, that's just a teeny little piece, but...
Right. But that says a lot.
That says a lot. I mean, and then on the last one, because I didn't say, should the NHL make larger nets? Yes or no? 100% said no. 100%.
See, I say send these poll results to Mr. Beck.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know they have people that go out and they probably have a poll, which I've never seen one. I wish they would send me one. What do I think?
Guys, people standing out in front of the grocery store when you walk in there.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me, sir, can you take a poll real quick?
Right. So where are they getting their information? I'm sure they have people that are polling people. Are they who are they polling?
They must be, and I don't know who they're polling because I mean that if you get two of the questions, and even that third one is 98%.
Yeah.
98% say no, pads are big enough.
Right.
100% says no, there's plenty of scoring. There's enough scoring. 100% says no, the nets are fine as they are.
That tells me leave the game alone.
Yeah, leave it alone. if you're going to change anything, I think going forward, road teams should have to bring their own nets.
And supply the juice boxes. And
Yeah, you got to bring orange slices and juice boxes.
Yeah.
Going down the freeway, hold it down to the roof.
I don't know. I don't know who they're polling. They've never sent me a poll. I mean, I would love to be able to answer some of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to have over 500 people respond and get that huge of a percentage on those questions.
I know.
It says a lot.
Yeah. And that's just a
Like,
little
I would like to know, where are you getting your poll numbers?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they poll. But I just thought that was interesting and wanted to bring it up. Now, let's move on into our standings, Howie. Because we've had some hockey going on. And things are starting to look interesting.
That they are.
Yeah. So let's start in the Atlantic, as usual, in the East. We've got Montreal on top with 30 points. 14-3, Howie. 14-3. And 2. 14-3-2. Pretty impressive.
14-3-2, but not the best record out there.
That is correct. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And then we have Ottawa with 21. Detroit with 20. Florida and Tampa Bay, which Florida kind of surprises me. Look at how they're starting to bunch up now at 19. Yeah. Boston and Buffalo. Boston's starting to dig out with 17 points.
It's kind of looking like the Central Division.
Yeah, and Toronto with 16. I mean, they're really starting to bunch up there. Then we have the Metropolitan Division, and look at the Rangers, 14-2-2 with 30 points.
Rangers.
Yeah. Washington with 25. The Islanders with 23. Pittsburgh with 22. New Jersey with 21. They're starting all bunch up.
Yeah.
Philadelphia 16. Carolina and Columbus with 14. There you go. Now go with your.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Columbus starting to come back.
They're starting to come back. They got a long way to go, but they're starting to. They've won 3 in a row now. They're winning.
Yeah, I think they're finding their little mix that they were missing, or I don't know what was going on there, but
right.
I think they're going to be okay.
But I have to congratulate the Rangers, though. I know you hate the Rangers, but they've won 9 in a row right now. They're playing some really good hockey.
Yeah.
So there's Korabin. Oh boy. All right, let's move to the West, Howie. Go ahead.
In the Central Division, we have the surging Dallas Stars on top.
Wow, they're good.
At 15-4-0.
They're good.
Good.
And fun to watch. You know, they're kind of like how the Islanders were with me last year. Watching them, I love watching Dallas.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Yep, they've won their last 3. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Followed by tie for second, Nashville and St. Louis, both with 25 points. Yeah. And then followed by Minnesota and Chicago with 23 points.
Yeah.
And then tucked a little bit behind there is Winnipeg, 20 points, and then Colorado sitting at the bottom with 15 points. So it's still a very tight division.
Oh, yeah, very tight.
And it's, I think, well, not anymore, but.
And Chicago's got a little streak going on. They've won their last 3.
They're the only division though where they have only one team that is minus in the goal differential.
Yeah.
Everyone else has multiple teams.
Right. Right.
Going to the Pacific, we have your Los Angeles Kings on top, 24 points.
Right. Won their last 3.
Followed by a surprising San Jose and Vancouver Canucks, both with 20 points.
They're playing really well. Won their last 3.
Followed by a surprise Coyote team with 19 points.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by Anaheim with 16. Calgary, who I think they're starting to, I don't know, they keep going through on a roller coaster. They play crappy and then they play good. Mm-hmm. Points in Edmonton at the bottom with 13 points.
Right. Right. But still very tight for where we're sitting. I mean,
the probably the biggest surprises for me of the teams in that division are San Jose, Vancouver, and Arizona.
Yeah, which are all the teams I picked towards the bottom, I think.
I believe I did too.
Yeah, Calgary is very surprising to me to see them where they're at right now, but they're only 5 points back. I mean, and
Calgary's kind of like Columbus. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah.
With the way they may be open to this Hamonic trade and maybe even picking up a Poso. Maybe that's something they need.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because they got what? They got a differential of minus 26.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, they're giving up the puck.
I think they have the biggest differential. Yeah, they have the biggest differential.
Yeah. Well, I think out
that's
of that whole
huge.
That's
huge.
Huge. That's huge. But I think the team that's really impressed me the most out of that whole conference is Dallas. They're just playing some great hockey right now, and really fun to watch. So,
Calgary's given up 74 goals already.
Yeah. Yeah. They just
and
giving up the biscuits.
Yeah, and I don't know if you could really point the finger at their goaltenders.
Right.
Because I mean, both Ramo and Hiller. I mean, they're both still quality goaltenders.
Oh, I think so.
I mean, if you're going to point the finger at anything there, I would point it at their defensive play.
Yeah, I agree. And their offense is kind of slacking too. I mean, even the Kings are slacking. I mean, they're winning games, but they're still not putting the puck in the net.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even Calgary's outscored the Kings by 2 goals.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it sounds like a defensive problem.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at it, for goals for, Calgary has 48. And so if you go through everyone else, I mean, they're still well ahead of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other teams.
Yeah.
So they're right in the middle so they're on an average of normalcy on scoring.
Yeah.
They just can't play defensively.
Right.
Because right now, they have the worst defense in the league.
Yeah.
But they've won 1 in a row.
There you go. They've won. And on that note, Howie, do you have anything to add before we head out of here? I think we're gonna.
No, I guess all I want to say is the listeners, thank you for participating in those polls.
Yes.
We will definitely have more polls out there So
Yeah.
please participate. And eventually, somewhere down the road, John and I were talking maybe of having, depending on what the poll question is, if it's one of those controversial issues like this one, maybe we'll bring this up again
Yeah.
and do a live stream show where we could actually have listeners call in
Yeah.
to discuss and debate this thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're going to have 100% of the people agreeing with it. We're not going to really have a debate.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you all again for that. Oh, well, real quick, Howie, let's just go over the games real quick tonight because there's some good games tonight. So we've got Minnesota and Boston. That's the one I'm kind of waiting for. And the Dallas-Washington game. The Dallas-Washington game is going to be a great one.
Yeah.
And then we have San Jose, Philadelphia, Arizona, Montreal, Columbus, Ottawa, and the Rangers in Tampa Bay. I think that's all. Right? I think that's all the games tonight. Oh, Anaheim and Florida, Buffalo, St. Louis. Those two other games. I missed those. So with that, Howie, we will shall say again, thank you all for listening and participating in the poll. Go to our website at www.thepuckdropshere.com. Send us an email at Jon and Howie at thepuckdropshere.com. Also, send us a tweet. Like us on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Pinterest, all that stuff. And we will see you all next week. And we bid you all adieu.
Auf Wiedersehen.